Hello everyone. In just a few hours, something extremely important is about to happen. Delegations from United States and Iran are expected to meet in Islamabad after a fragile ceasefire that pulled the region back from the edge of a major escalation. But here's the reality. The situation is still unstable. Tensions are continuing in the parts of region, especially in Lebanon. And now everything depends on what happens in Islamabad. Will this ceasefire hold, or this is just another pause before the escalation goes on? Let's quickly understand how we got here. The 2026 escalation between the US and Iran, it began in late February with a series of strikes that rapidly increased tensions. One of the most critical flashpoints was the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow passage through which nearly 20% of world's oil supply it moves through. As tensions rose, shipping disruptions followed, oil prices increased globally, which directly impacted the fuel cost in countries like Pakistan, India, and the entire region. At the same time, US President Donald Trump he issued a firm warning setting a deadline for restoring safe passage with almost no direct communication between US and Iran, and the risk of escalation it kept increasing day by day. Pakistan maintained a publicly neutral stance, but behind closed doors, diplomatic engagement was ongoing. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Army Chief Asim Munir were reportedly involved in parallel outreach to both Washington and Tehran. Pakistan's position allowed it to communicate with both sides at a critical moment, and in the final hours before escalation, Pakistan proposed a 2-week pause that created a space for diplomacy, and this included reopening the Strait of Hormuz and then moving towards a temporary ceasefire framework. Shortly afterwards that, a ceasefire was announced. Now, the focus has shifted completely from stopping the escalation to securing what we can, a long-term stability in this case. This is where things become critical. The real test begins in Islamabad tomorrow. Talks scheduled for April 10, 2026, and they are expected to bring both sides on the table, with Pakistan it will acting as a facilitator. The goal here is to turn a temporary ceasefire into a lasting agreement, and key points that are expected are sanctions relief, security of the Strait of Hormuz, regional stability, ongoing tensions in Lebanon, but the challenges are serious. Even now, reports of clashes in the Lebanon are continuing to come. And Israel has raised concerns about Hezbollah's role, but Iran is pushing for a broader ceasefire, which means what happens in Islamabad could decide whether this situation stabilizes or escalates again. Why should people in Pakistan care about these talks? Because the outcome will directly affect our everyday life. If the tensions they increase again, oil prices will increase, fuel will become more expensive, hence the daily goods. And if the talks succeed, stability will improve both regionally and economically. And importantly, Islamabad hosting these talks will place Pakistan in a visible diplomatic role on a global stage. And this is not just a political event, it's something with real impact on our lives. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments and subscribe for more.